How's it going? How's things? Oh boy. All right. I got some goodies and I wanted to just kind of show you guys a few things. First of all, yeah, I got I think I told you already, but I just pretend like you guys are here, when I'm talking. But I did get a rather large box of stuff from Louise at Foreverfrench, and it's really cool. We've developed a pretty good relationship. She's we've had some nice conversations about different types of things that I would be interested in, and that I think you guys would be interested in. And I guess up until about a week ago, there were no flea markets or anything like that going on in France, and they just reopened them. So last weekend, she was able to score, and so it was really cool. She messaged me after she got home and showed me some of her haul, and I was able to get some of that stuff before she listed it. So that was really cool. But one of I thought I would show you guys some of this stuff, and I am planning to share some of this stuff in the July kits. The kits, not kits, unkits, bundles, whatever. Anyway, and I am at 40 now, so if there are any of those that are not paid by the 5th, then I can move. I have a list of people that are wanting to get on the subscriber list for the monthly kits. And if there's any that have not paid by midnight on the 5th, then I will move you into their slots. I'll start moving people into those slots, just so you know. Okay, I know that sounds so cold-blooded, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to show you all the stuff that came in that box because it's just, it's ridiculous. And some of it's kind of redundant. But so I thought these were pretty cool. And I'm not sure if she has these listed still in her shop, but these little technical cards are just like this. And I don't know. I just think they're really cool. There's all kinds of interesting. This one's kind of boring, but most of them have some kind of like technical drawing and stuff on them, and like this one. I love it. Have no idea what they are, what they mean. I suppose have you ever used the Google Translate thing where you use your camera and it just like it looks at whatever it is you want to translate, and then it like goes like that, and then it just pops in your language. It's kind of fun. Anyway, it's Google Translate. But yeah, so I got a bunch of these cards, and I think she might still have these listed in her shop. I'm not sure. But anyway, I did get a bunch of them, and so I will be adding some of these into the July kits. Okay, so you'll get some of those. But I want to use some of these in some of the other journals that I'm working on. So I have some ideas about some stuff I want to do with them. And then she told me that she found like basically like an entire filing cabinet full of cards and stuff. And I think those were in there. And then also these little index cards that have grid paper print on them. These are like a lavender. And I think these were, some of the dates I saw on these were, I want to say in the early 80s, like 1982 or something. But they're just really cool. I just love them. And they're super soft. Like the texture of the paper is just really, really soft. So I want to use some of these too in some of those journals. I have some other journals that I'm working on, kind of not working on. I've really been having a hard time with my motivation and my mojo lately. I don't know what it is. But you know, like I could sit here all day and not get anything done. It's really weird. It's super weird. But anyway, so these are kind of cool. And I got a ton of these, like a big stack of them. So I will definitely be sharing some of those. And then also there was a whole, you know, drawer. I think these were the dividers for these in whatever that was all about, some business. But aren't these cool with the little metal tab holder things? So these like slide out, and then there's like an acetate piece that is sandwiching this little card with the letters on it. So I thought those would be kind of fun to add some words and just slide those back in. And wouldn't it be cool to try to make those little tabs? I've been thinking about how to do that, and I have some ideas, but I think it would be cool to maybe create one and then just cut it out using the scan and cut and make some little tabs like that and actually use acetate and stuff. So, you know, maybe one of these days. But these are hard to find. Like you don't see these very often with the metal. So I will be sharing some of those. And so these are the alphabetical ones. And then there was a whole bunch that were countries. So I think there was something like 80 of them or so. And it's all these countries, and the names of the countries are in French. So so I thought those were kind of neat. And I love this kind of card. It's so cool. It's just really yummy. So I want to try to use some of those in some of my journals too. And I will be sharing some, like I said, in the July monthly kit. And then she also had a couple of these illustrated dictionary encyclopedias. And these guys were heavy. So these contributed definitely to the, you know, the weight of those boxes. But look at these. Are they just gorgeous? I love how large the illustrations are. And so much of the illustration is like nature stuff, you know, butterflies and bees and insects and flowers and trees and whatnot. Of course, there's a lot of other types of illustrations too, but you know, I just love the botanical stuff. And lots of people, a lot of portraits of people. So so I got two of these. It's a set of two, and so I got both of them. So yeah, look at this. Isn't that awesome? I just love it. Anyway, so these are from like 1923, something like that. So yeah, so some of these pages, some pages from these will also be in those kits. And you know, just lots of other stuff. And you'll be seeing more of it as time goes by. Well, I'll show you one other thing. I haven't decided if I'm going to take this apart or not, but this is a little cookbook. And I thought this was just absolutely adorable. I can't remember. I was trying to find a date on it. It's very, very old. But it's just beautiful paper. I mean, I just love the aging on these pages, and they're nice and thick. Like the paper is really heavy, and I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool. So I don't know if I'm going to take this apart. I probably will, but I think I want to keep it intact, at least for a few more days. So I haven't taken any pages out of it yet, but I thought it would be kind of fun to try to translate some of these before I do that. So, but yeah, pretty cool little cookbook. So then, I am in the Amazon Associate Program Plan thing club. And so whenever you guys click on a link, an Amazon link in the description of one of my videos, then, you know, as I know you guys already know this, but, you know, anybody who does that, generally we get just a little bit of a kickback on whatever you purchase on Amazon after clicking on that link. So, so anytime you, whatever you buy after clicking the link, like if you click the link in in somebody's video, whoever it is, maybe hopefully it was my link, but, and I don't really push this because I just feel like it's sort of residual. It's kind of like a bonus, I think. But anyway, so say you click the link in my video description to get to Amazon. Any purchase you make while you're there, it doesn't have to be the item that I listed. It's any purchase you make after you clicked that link to get to Amazon. So one thing you can do to kind of support your favorite YouTuber is you can favorite that link, or you can save that link and use that link whenever you want to go to Amazon. It's just a thought. Anyway, but so what's cool about it is that I've chosen to, instead of having them send me money, I just have them apply whatever proceeds I earn during the month to a gift card on Amazon. And so usually what I do is I just get something that I normally wouldn't, you know, spend my hard-earned money on, you know. I'll just get something special, you know, just kind of as a bonus to myself, because that's the way I look at it. You know, it's kind of like a bonus. So I got some stuff that I want to show you guys because I thought it was all pretty cool. And I had a good month last month. So yeah, so I wanted to show you guys a few of these items, and there's more of these on the way. I haven't gotten all of them yet. I'll talk about them in a minute, but look at it. I got this, the Antiquarian sticker book. So it's got over 1,000 Victorian stickers in it. Isn't that cool? I love it. Like, I think it's amazing. And I will definitely be using some of these stickers on, you know, projects. And I even like this paper that they have as the backing to each page. I thought that was really pretty. I think I could get tired of it really quickly. Like, I think it would have been cool if they would have done different patterns on the backing of each page, but you know, the stickers are all different. So yeah, I thought I would just kind of flip through this a little bit and show you guys. So there's just some really cool stuff in here. And to be honest, I did actually get 2 of these, one for myself and then one to share, be that in Etsy purchases. Like I like to send a little thank you card or something and tuck just a little something in there. So I'll probably be adding some of the stickers from that book, from this book, the other one, I mean, that's the same as this one, into those thank you cards, you know, just as a little gift. And, you know, probably some of them in kits and stuff like that. So just, you know, because I think they're cool. Totally cool. And then some of them are like You guys have probably all seen this before, but I had never seen it, and I can't remember how I stumbled on it, but I think maybe it was somebody did or it came up like as an item I might like or something on Amazon. And then I went and watched a flip through. Somebody did a flip through video on this. Oh, look at, there were some mushrooms. See the mushrooms? So cool. I love them. I just, and I love how kind of random it is too. It's like there's a moth here with the shells and, you know, just weird stuff. Uh-oh, that one. Something happened there. It's funny, I haven't even opened this one. Oh, this page got all messed up. Well, that kind of sucks. Excuse my language. Well, I'll try to fix it later, but okay, well, maybe it won't. I'm trying to make it so it won't stick together anymore. Okay. There, that should be fine. Anyway, so it's pretty cool, huh? And then in the back, there's a full page of each letter of the alphabet. So yeah, from all these different alphabets. Okay. So I will put a link in the description to this book for sure. And then I also found, so I don't scrapbook. Like, I've never really been into scrapbooking, and so I don't have like a huge collection of scrapbook paper and stuff. And I really don't want to go and buy scrapbook paper. I used to, but I just kind of stopped doing it. I did buy some Stamperia scrapbook paper recently, but I don't know. I don't really want to spend money on scrapbook paper for some reason, but I do love paper, and not only old paper, but I like new paper, and I really like the Flow book for paper lovers. I haven't bought this year's edition yet, but sometimes I like to use like wrapping paper and things like that, and I was kind of looking for just some special sort of botanical type of papers that I could use in this new series of journals that I'm working on. And I just wanted to have something kind of different and something kind of something special to add into those journals, you know. So I thought I would, I didn't realize that this book was as small as it is. I thought they were 8.5 by 11, but they're not. So some of them are, you know, they're like writing papers. You know, they're kind of formatted to write like a little note or something. So I'm going to try to use these in creative ways in those journals. The ones that I'm thinking of, the ones that I'm talking about, are larger. They're kind of bigger journals. So I think these would actually work well as a full page in the journals, but I'll have to hinge them together somehow. So anyway, but this is 100 papers with classical floral patterns, and it's like a Japanese designed, well, not designed, but it's a Japanese published book. And I think there were some other ones too, but this is the one I liked because it was the floral patterns. Yeah, classical floral patterns. I have some old, well, actually, I don't think it's really old, but it's some like Italian wrapping papers, you know, and I used to use those a lot, like in decoupage and stuff, and I just haven't seen it much anywhere. So, but it got me to thinking wrapping paper again. So I searched on Amazon for wrapping paper because I like wrapping paper because it's thinner. And I found this whole series of wrapping papers that are just like these collections of different designs. And like I said, I know some of you guys have already seen these, and so it's, you know, nothing new, but aren't those cool? And so this is a full sheet. It's perforated, so you can tear it out. So it's folded into, you know, so there's actually, this is 1/4 of a sheet. So the fold is right at the edge there. So it's folded in half and then half again. And then that's how it's bound. So you would tear this page out and then you could open it up to be a full page, you know, full size page. So yeah, so this is what I sort of went crazy and got a bunch of these just because, you know, I mean, they're just beautiful. So this is the Persian designs. I'll talk about these in a second. And then there's this one, Vienna 1900. And I just love Art Nouveau designs. And I really like these type of patterns to use along with the Reader's Digest covers, because I think that a lot of the patterns and stuff on the Reader's Digest covers just kind of mesh really well with these types of designs. And so I want to use some of these papers in some of those Reader's Digests too. So I know this is totally like a 180 from what I was talking about in the Back to Basics series, but you know, this is what I mean, that you know, sometimes I'm making junk journals and sometimes I'm just making journals, and I'm making journals with papers that I love, and papers that weren't necessarily found or thrifted. You know, sometimes I'm using stuff that I just want to use because I think it's beautiful, you know. And look at these patterns. I mean, aren't they gorgeous? And they're matte. They're not, a lot of them are not shiny. So so I was thinking about maybe even cutting some of these into 4 sheets, and then maybe try coffee dyeing some of these too, just to see how they turn out and kind of distress them a little bit, you know. But I don't know. I just love these patterns. And I just thought, you know, it's a lot, it's just, they're just different than scrapbook papers, you know. Because when you buy scrapbook papers, a lot of times, like if you buy a whole pack, inevitably there's like half of them that you don't even like, you know, and then you wind up with this whole stack of scrapbook paper that you'll never use. And then you're trying to find ways to recycle it or to repurpose it. Anyway, so this one is Cuba tiles. And I love the colors in this one. So some of them are kind of glossy, kind of like semi-gloss. But aren't those pretty? And don't those kind of remind you of the Reader's Digest covers a little bit? You know, just those neat geometric patterns and stuff, and the colors. So I want to make envelopes and use some of these papers in collage and all that kind of stuff. So I think I actually ordered like 8 of these, 8 different books. So I've gotten, no, 9, because this was the first one I got. And then, so I ordered one just to see if I would like it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I love it. And so then I went back on Amazon and I got a bunch more. So, so this one I've already used some of the papers. Oh, and I got this William Morris gift wrap paper one. So I've already cut some pieces. I've already cut some of these apart just to use little pieces of it. See, they open up and they're larger sheets. This is a different series than this. But there's a whole bunch of these that there's a bunch that I didn't get, even though maybe I will one day, but yeah, so I've just been using some strips. I cut, I think 4 inches off of each page or something like that, or maybe 5 inches off of a lot of the pages. And so I've been using some of these in a project already because I got this one like 4 or 5 days ago. So I just couldn't help it. I just thought it was so pretty. So anyway, so that one is, that's the Art Nouveau one. And like I said, I've got quite a few more of these on the way. So I don't know if I'm going to disassemble all of these, and then I don't know, like I might just keep them in the books and then use them from the books. Who knows? Anyway, so then I showed you the William Morris gift wrap one. This just has 4 designs in it. Those other ones that I just showed you, those all have 12 different patterns in them. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then these also came up as recommended items that I might like when I was looking at the wrapping paper. And also since, you know, they knew I had, you know, added that to my cart. So these are just all marbled papers. And a lot of these, you know, you can get them on Etsy or whatever and print them out. But, you know, if you just think maybe you're going to use it one time or something, then, I don't know, then I think it's worth it. And I like these because they're double-sided. So, and I think there was, yeah. So there's 20 sheets, 2 of each design. So there's 10 different designs. Is that right? Yeah. 10 different designs. And each, like, it's not the same on the back of each page, right? So like there's 2 of this red marbled paper, and the other one that's in here has a different marbled paper on the back. I was looking at that earlier. So I thought that was kind of cool. So they really did a good job just kind of mixing them up. And then this is just end papers. And it's funny, I have some of these end papers from books that I've taken apart. Like I have this one. I've had a couple of books that had that end paper in it. And then there was a couple more. This one I have, so I think it might have been an encyclopedia or something that I actually had that end paper. And I think I might have scanned it. I can't remember. But yeah, so this is the same deal. 20 pages, 2 of each design. And then this one, I have a bunch of these that I've had in books. I've had that one. I think that one. This one. I know that was like an encyclopedia. This one. And this one. For sure. So, yeah, so these are all like botanical end papers. So I got 2 of those because I knew I would probably use those up quick. So anyway, just, you know, just some cool papers. And I mean, I don't know. It's like I haven't been able to really go to thrift stores or anything like that, just like the rest of you, you know. And that's where I usually find inspiration. And so it's just been, I don't know, it's just been kind of like, ugh, like, I don't know, like I don't know what to do, you know. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm just whining right now, but I'm off, and I've said this a lot, that I am inspired by the materials. And so I need to have new materials to inspire me to work. And so, you know, right now those materials are coming from eBay and Etsy and Amazon and, you know, Hobby Lobby online and just, you know, places like that. And you know, used books and stuff like that. But anyway, so I really want to work on those larger journals and the other Reader's Digest that I'm going to do. The one, you know, I showed you that big bundle of covers that I've kind of prepped. Not the Back to Basics ones, but the other ones. So I think I showed you guys these papers one day. These are pages out of a botanical book that I have. Well, I don't have the book anymore because I took it all apart, but and I don't remember the title of it. But the pages, the book is formatted so that you look at it this way, okay? And then when you turn the page, the information is on the back of that page, but it's upside down. So when you use this paper in a journal as a page, then the writing is upside down. So what I've been doing is just trying to, you know, trigger my brain to just kind of kick into gear and get going and get motivated. I've just been covering that that upside down writing with paper that you can write on, and just to give it a purpose, you know. And see, I've been using some of those papers, just a little bit, you know, just to add a little bit of color and some interest on that page. So this is, you know, I have to trim these still, but, and then I thought I could add maybe just like a little botanical image or a little label or something, you know, just to maybe even add a label here, and just to make them kind of interesting. So I've done a few of those, and yeah, they're kind of fun. So I'm doing those, and then I've got a few of those left to do. So maybe I'll do a couple of those with you guys. But I also have, I wanted to make some pocket pages, right, where the entire page was a pocket. And so I started just collaging over one of these like 5x7 paper bags, flat bags, and it's like a seed bag or something. So I just started covering it with just book pages, different book pages, just to give it kind of a background. And then I glued some pages from that, from this book, and then from this book, and then also some of the wrapping paper designs on the back. And what I'm thinking I'll do then is use some of these cards, these little index cards, and just somehow attach them onto this side of the page. Maybe I knew that I couldn't stitch it down, you know, because this is an envelope or it's a pocket, but so I just did some stitching all the way around the whole card. And then I thought, you know, I could just glue it on like that, and then I could stitch it around those two sides, but I wanted there to be stitching all the way around it. So I just stitched all the way around all of them, and then I'll decide how I'm going to attach them. And then I could just glue them if I want to. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I stitched a whole bunch of those index cards. So I'm going to be doing that. And then there's that other book that I showed you guys before. Where are those? Hold on. Oh, there they are. Okay. So then there was that Floraligium book that I had bought also. I think I did actually get that on eBay. And And I told you guys that I paid more for it than I did. It was this one. I thought I had paid like $25 for it, but really I think it was like $17. So anyway, I know that's not much better, but but anyway, it has so many cool images in it. So I've just been kind of going through all of the pages from that book and deciding what I'm going to do with them. And I've been like harvesting just images out of that book. And where did my stat go? Oh, so this side of these pocket pages, I think I'm just going to attach one of these cards somehow, and maybe like a little label or something too. I don't know, or a tab maybe. But then on this side with the book pages, I think I'm just going to add one of these images on there, you know, and maybe do some stitching around these images before I attach them or something, or maybe I could even make those into little tuck spots or something. So this is one that I did already. So I did some zigzag stitching, and then I just glued the whole thing down. I didn't make it a pocket or anything. I just glued it on there. And I thought that would be really nice for somebody, like if they wanted to add a photo or something, this would be kind of like a nice, you know, like a place to attach a photograph. So in the journal. And so this is how I want those to work, just as an actual page in the journal. And then it's just a large pocket. So to use them in journals as pages, I needed to hinge them somehow. And so I just used a piece of scrapbook paper, folded it in half. I rounded the corners, did some inking, and then I stitched it onto my pocket. And then, so this is actually like a little tuck spot right there on the front of the page. So I thought that worked out pretty cool. And then this side of this one, instead of the wrapping paper or whatever, I used an image from the Sewer Bee book that is amazing. That's gorgeous. So I thought that would be nice to back some of these pocket pages with also. And then this is how I'm thinking I might use some of those divider cards too. So I took the letters out, but I left the I took the word, I think it was the name of a country, but I took that out, and but I left the acetate in there because I think I'm going to think of something to put in there, you know, some kind of word or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that, and then I also just took some of those like technical cards and some of the index cards and just did a little hinge with some craft paper, and I just glued these on here. So I'll probably stitch those also, but I think I'm just going to leave these the way they are and not do any collage or anything on them, and just add these into my journals like this, just as a page, you know. So anyway, I just really kind of wanted to just kind of show you guys what I've been doing and show you some of the goodies and talk to you about sort of where I'm at, and you know, let you know I'm still working. I've just been kind of in a little bit of a funk creatively, and so if you guys are feeling that way, believe me, you're not alone. And I feel a little guilty sometimes because I really do believe in repurposing and recycling and all of that, but let's face it, we like new stuff too. So I did want to show you guys the wrapping paper because it's really pretty and it's thin, and I think it's nice to use in collage in journals because of that, because it's thin and it doesn't add a lot of bulk into your journals. So, and plus I think they're unusual and really, really pretty. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to be doing any crafting. I just wanted to kind of touch base with you guys and show you what I've been up to. So, okay. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments or send me an email. And yeah, and if you would like me to add you to the July or to the monthly kit waiting list. What are you doing, Jimmy? Crazy cat. He was stretching and he grabbed the screen on the window. Anyway, just send me an email and ask that I put you on that waiting list. And then, you know, down the road, you know, you probably can get on there. So, or if I decide to start doing more than 40 kits, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So anyway, all right, you guys, I love you and I will be back. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a craft with me video soon. Okay. Okay. Love you. Bye for now.